we are going to get out of this as a family, as friends, as a nation, and who else can do this better than China and Chinese? What do you think? Even a disagreement, and I would go even as far as, having a sort of an argument between lovers, friends, families, is a sort of it's a contact. I mean, it's much better than we needing to be totally alone, isolated, no one to talk to, no one to cry to, no one to yell at. But people also should remember that we can't take advantage of that. We can't abuse the other. We can't emotionally blackmail other. I think we need to remember the family is a very temporary thing. It's not going, it's not going to last forever. We may fantasize this, but time is very, being together is very rare. I think temporariness, if you can think about the temporariness and trying to have some sort of if somebody is really overstepping your boundary, trying to understand that you may be doing this some other time, or trying to understand that the other person is not having the big picture. So in other words, really forgiving. And also at times when people, when the other person, lover, friends, family members are overstepping or bugging you or controlling you, not necessarily also give in, or listen or obey or act according, because that may be not so helpful, because that may just, then, depending on the other also, if the other person is very wise and thoughtful, then of course it's different. But if the other person doesn't have that kind of ability, other person might take more advantage. So yes, life has to have so much skillful means, and that's really difficult. You really have to play with the situation, and that needs a lot of concentration, and it's so frustrating and so time consuming and energy and consuming. So it's around at that time you also want to be alone. But I know people are now in a situation they can't be alone. They are put together. So maybe they can think about, this is not going to last forever. Of course, the situation will change, has to change. That's the law of nature. So try to see the positive side of being together, family, grandparents, grandchildren. Yes, I'm sure many of them are noisy children. You have to be with them every day, day after day. then maybe the parents, grandparents may be very controlling, very manipulative. Also, our grandparents and parents are very manipulative. They always sort of try to control you emotionally, or always make you feel guilty that they are not doing enough. But as I said earlier, knowing that that's happening now I am manipulating him or her, or my parents are manipulating me, emotionally blackmailing me, making me feel guilty. Just being aware of that, I think it really diffuses, because then you have a perspective. You may still react kind of strongly, but at least you are not a stranger to this. Many times these things become unnecessarily big because you are not aware that something is controlling you. Okay, cut.